meeting with principals and VPs the last couple of weeks, giving some background information on your sites. We were at 3 of the sites together, and then each of us did one site separately. So unfortunately, we weren't able to be at all the sites together. But we've really been looking forward to this. I was a high school teacher a long time ago, not quite with the dinosaurs, but a little, later than that. And I taught at Johansson in the ROT program. I taught marriage and family, child development, interior design, fashion, and the future teachers class. And then went to Merced College teaching child development for about 8 years. And so I'm an educator by background. I think it's my job to educate anybody wherever I go, like a grocery store or anything. So anyhow, teaching child development, I have to really restrain myself sometimes. So anyhow, I decided to be back here and went to a conference this summer, which I'll talk more about, that had us update some of the information that we had. So the seminar goals, I don't know how many of you got to see one of the brochures that we put together, but this was some of the stuff that was in it. But we're going to basically give you an overview of restorative practice and the concepts, as well as new tools. I like Mike's talking about a toolbox. That's what I always talk to my future teachers about, having a toolbox of discipline techniques, of which half need to at least be prevention, which is what PBIS really does, helping students learn. And then having strategies that enhance the school environment and the school culture. And ultimately, it's going to be school-wide implementation, which takes 3 to 5 years. So a lot of people think, oh, we're just going to train the teachers. It's like, oh, no. We specifically wanted a diverse team from your site, because if you're going to go with school-wide implementation, that means everywhere the students go during the day needs to be somebody that knows what's going on with restorative practices. That's why we have custodians. That's why we have paraprofessionals. That's why we have front office people. We have campus supervisors. Whatever your role is, community support, counseling, so that wherever they're going, everybody knows the philosophy. And then our job is to equip you to go out and train the rest of your school over the next 1 to 3 years on how to implement. So today's schedule, there it is, the overview. Last year's group said they wanted this, so we started doing it. So we're going to cover these topics this morning, and a lot of them are highly interactive. In fact, this first hour is highly interactive. And we're going to look at what the frequent flyer looks like that keeps going through our regular, offenders, or whatever you want to call them. We're also going to look at the history of restorative justice, the role of punishment in the schools. We're going to look at the current school discipline policies that we have, as well as then we're going to have some hands-on activities about change and restorative questions that you'll actually be able to start using tomorrow. And some of these, actually this one that we're going to do today, you actually can use at home with your own kids or your own grandkids. Then we have lunch on your own for an hour. And when we come back, we have 2 participants from last year, a community liaison and a VP that are coming for 20 minutes to share about their stories of what they did last year. So you're really going to like that. And we have interactive activities follow-up that help you build your implementation plan for the last week. So I hope the day will go by quickly for you. It usually does for us. All right, on page, 6 in your handout, there's a chart there for you to use if you are one that likes to take notes. And I'm going to lead the discussion for us, and Marty's going to be our... Marty mentioned earlier about the difference between restorative justice and practice. We're using this term restorative justice a lot today because we're looking at things in the past, particularly the history of restorative justice. And so on your tables, you should have 3 sets of what I call sentence strips, and you have 3 sets of information. 3. This is 3. So what you're going to do is you'll divide your group up into 3. So most of you will have, 1 or 2 people together, 2 or 3. And on one sentence strip, you're going to actually write the title that's on here. For example, this one says Early Dispute Resolution 11th to 19th Century. So I'm going to write it in nice big letters here. And then on this sentence strip, I'm going to write the summary. Now, I didn't give you very much paper, did I? That doesn't mean I want you to write really small. It means I want you to write really see if you can be concise about what happened in that time period, just using some key words. Because we're going to post these around the room and look at the history, where we come from to where we are today. It's actually kind of interesting, I think. So those are the instructions. You have markers and strips on your tables. Oh, this one, just give me a second. All right, go ahead and get started. These are 3 of our favorites. Oh, it says incomplete because on your handout it's written. It doesn't say print online on page 11. That got cut off. So the 3 that we're going to pass around, and I wanted to pass around so you can look at it. You can print these at home or at your school site, whatever. This one's Implementing Restorative Justice. This was out of the state of Illinois, and this was one that we really liked for general information.